but she's far, far away. And I'd do anything just to see her face, but she's far, far away. Walked 1,000 miles just to see her smile again.
Gang, sitting on the plane, reminiscing back when I made that mistake. I wish it never ended with a heartbreak. Now you're heartbroken, tears in your face. I ask myself.
Hello, my little ponies. This is Fly from the Adventures of Shadowpone 3 and Fly the Rock Pegasus. In this episode, Shadowpone 3 and Fly go to Canterlot to perform after they had had a child in the last episode. But something strange happens during this episode. What will happen? Will Shadowpone stay in Canterlot because of her homesickness? Will Fly do something incredibly dumb? Let us begin. It had been 2 weeks since Fly had been in Ponyville, because she had been with Shadowpone 3 in Canterlot performing her new music she had written. She had written songs about sadness and being with your special pony, and how special every pony is inside, and don't let the bad stuff happen bring you down. Fly returned to Ponyville. As she walked through it, she was looking for her special alicorn, Shadowpone 3. She went to the fields and looked at the tree that her and Shadowpone had met at. She wasn't there. She went to Pinkie Pie's bakery. She wasn't there either. She then went to Shadow's house and knocked her hoof on the door. Mrs. Pone answered the door and looked at Fly and she said, "Oh, Fly, you're back from Canterlot. What brings you here?" "Oh, I'm looking for Shadow, Mrs. Pone. I was looking for her in town and even at the tree, and I met no luck, so I was wondering if she would be here," Fly said, keeping her smile up. "Oh dear, I wish I knew, Fly. The last time I saw her, she was helping Applejack with her farm, and she then heard you left for Canterlot, hopping on the train. Oh my, she must be still in Canterlot. Fly, please, go find her, please," Shadow's mother said in a concerned voice. "Don't you worry, Mrs. Pone. I'll bring her back time for dinner," Fly said. "Oh, thank you. Best of luck, Fly," Mrs. Pone said, closing the door. Fly spread her wings and took off flying towards Canterlot, whipping past Rainbow Dash. "Hey!" Rainbow Dash said, looking at Fly as Fly stopped and looked at Rainbow Dash. "Oh, sorry, Rainbow Dash. I need to fly and find Shadowpone at Canterlot. She jumped a train to see me perform my music," Fly said to Rainbow Dash, looking at her. Oh my gosh! You're the #1 rock music seller pony, and Fly, I'm such a big fan. I was there in Canterlot the night that you performed," Rainbow Dash said excitedly. "Oh, it's nothing much. Always a pleasure to meet my fans," Fly said, blushing a little. "Oh my gosh, you are so amazing, especially with Octavia and that song, What I Believe by Skillet," Rainbow Dash said, her voice squeaking a little. "Oh, thanks. Hey, can you help me find Shadowpone? I could really need help, Rainbow," Fly said, smiling slightly. "Anything for the #1 rock Pegasus in Equestria," Rainbow Dash said, saluting her with a hoof. Both of them flew to Canterlot, and when they flew over, Fly said, "I go one way and you go the other way. Find me when you find her, okay?" "Okay," Rainbow Dash said as she went her way and Fly went hers. Both of them flew all parts of Canterlot that they could think to look. They asked the ponies around town, and they ended up hitting a dead end each time. Then Fly took Rainbow Dash to the concert area. There was Shadowpone in her room, off to the side, looking out her window and smiling. Fly flew to the open window and looked at Shadowpone 3 with her wings flapping and her hoofs crossed. "Oh, hey, Fly. What are you doing here in Canterlot?" Shadowpone said, looking at Fly. "Bringing you home. Your mom said to. I've been worried sick for you, Shadowpone. Me and Rainbow Dash have been looking everywhere for you. Everywhere!" Fly said, making motions with her hooves and flapping her wings. "Oh, I might as well tell you. I was more homesick than I was. I came back to Canterlot, and there was an offer you were in town. So I took it, and I'm going to be here for a few more days, maybe more," For the heck of it, Shadowpone said. Flare eyes widened as she tackled Shadowpone, closing the window. No, you're coming home and you tell your mom you're safe and live our life the way that we together and Flare said, then got cut off by Shadowpone kissing her, and she laid there for a few moments, then broke from the kiss. Oh, Flare, I'm going to come back, but let me stay for the sake of me being here. This is my home, but my world is with you, my love. Shadowpone said as Flare blushed deeply as she got off. Shadowpone said, Yeah, sorry for the whole fuss, and I'll be waiting at my house. And you can come and see me when you're ready, and we can play video games and cuddle like we always do. See you at home, Shadow. Flare said, opening the window as she flapped away, flying to Rainbow Dash. Let me guess, didn't go too well, did it? Rainbow Dash said. Yeah, guess you can't force someone to come home. She's a big girl now, not a little filly. I need to treat her like one, not like her mom. Flare said with her head down. Oh, cheer up. She'll return eventually, and then you can go back to normal. Rainbow Dash said, trying to make Flare smile, but not even grin came out of Flare. Flare got home and went to her room and laid on the bed as a tear went down her cheek, and laid there crying and thought of what she had done was bad and couldn't break it to Shadowpone's parents, because they would force her to go back and get her. A while later, she had stopped crying, and she went to Shadow's parents' house, and she knocked on the door as Mrs. Pone answered. Mrs. Pone, Shadow isn't coming home for a few more days. She told me she's not a little filly, and she's a grown-up alicorn, and she would like some changes in terms of you treating her. Flare said. Oh, her mother said. Well, I guess she was homesick, and she hopped the train to see you, and she must have wanted to stay there a little bit longer, to be at home for a little bit longer than expected, Shadow's mother said. Yeah, so I guess that failed you, Flare said, putting her head down in shame. Shadow's mother picked up Flare's head and said, No, you didn't. Our daughter just needs some time alone. And let her be, and we'll do that, and when she gets back, we'll send her to you and let you spend your time with her, which is as long as you want, Flare. Shadow's mother said, smiling. Flare smiled back. When Shadowpone came back to Ponyville, she had missed it dearly. She first said hello to all of her friends and went to Pinkie Pie's bakery, bought a dozen of Flare's favorite cupcakes, vanilla and chocolate frosting swirl. She went to her house and went inside, and her mom was there to greet her daughter home. Why, welcome home, Shadowpone, daughter of mine, her mother said with a smile. Why, thank you, mother. Flare has been here to tell you where I have been, Shadowpone said to her mother. Why, yes, she has, but she left with a frown, Shadow's mother said in a disappointing tone. Oh, well, I'll go and find her, 'cause I brought her her favorite cupcakes from Pinkie Pie, and I know she'll be upset because she had missed me dearly. I'll be back later, mother. There's a Pegasus I need to find, Shadowpone said, leaving the house and closing the door. Flare was under the tree, and Shadowpone had met each other. She had her sunglasses off and burying her face in her hooves as Shadowpone walked up to her and laid next to her, nuzzling her cheek, and Flare picked her head up and laid it back down and said, "Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes. Where have you been? You've been gone for 4 days. I thought you wanted to stay longer," Flare said, mumbling. I was, but then I saw a picture of us cuddling, and I knew my life was back here in Ponyville, so I came back. For you, Shadowpone said as Flare picked her head up and looked into Shadow's eyes, tearing up. Flare nuzzled Shadowpone's cheek, hugging her. Oh, I'm so sorry I tried to force you to come home. I knew, but I just wanted for us to come home and be together, but I knew that you shouldn't rush people coming home and giving them some breathing room, Flare said. Oh, I knew that, but I'm glad I'm home with the one I love. Now, I brought us our favorite cupcakes from the bakery, and we can play video games and cuddle like we always do all the time, Shadowpone said. And that they did, and they cuddled in bed at night and played video games like they did in the morning. To be continued with the next episode. I'd like to take this moment and say thank you for listening to this episode. And due to the New Year's vacation, the Christmas break, we will not be coming out with episode 10, but we will come out with a couple of gag reels for episode 8 and this one. Maybe. I don't think so for this one because I don't think I messed up. But maybe a little. The new episode will be coming out January 19th. And I hope you ponies will like the new episode because there will be a new character coming in. Not a bad one, but a good one. I hope you all ponies enjoyed this episode. I am Jared Holloway, the voice of Flare Flare, and sometimes Shadow Poem 3. I hope you all have a wonderful vacation and a happy New Year's. Merry Christmas.
Walk 1,000 miles just to see her. But she's far, far away, and I'd do anything just to see her face. But she's far, far away. Walk 1,000 miles just to see her smile again.
Gang, sitting on the plane, reminiscing back when I made that mistake. I wish it never ended with a heartbreak. Now you're heartbroken, tears in your face. I ask myself why, looking at the sky. If I could turn back, I make it alright. Praying that you're better, but it's still stormy weather. Don't wanna let go, but the rain won't let up. Now you're gone, still thinking about you every day. And I know feelings was hurt and you could blame me, but I'm sorry for the games that I played. But now it's too late, and now she's
far, far away.